Welcome to Customer Impact's demo of a sales dashboard. In this partial view of a sales metrics dashboard, we show the flexibility and interactive nature of dashboards. We can select the time range to view data across specified months. We can also look at data by regions, products, and customer segments of your business. Here, we are establishing the months for which we will see the data. As the data is generated over a longer period of time, this allows us to select the range for readability and analysis purposes. You'll note that each of the graphs that show month-to-month data will change to reflect the time range selected. Here is a stacked bar chart presenting monthly data for sales volume by region. When the cursor hovers over any section of a bar, we read the actual sales revenue for that region in that month. Also, when we click on a regional section within one of the bars, the pie chart below shows the product breakout for that region in the month selected. For example, let's look at product data for Europe in April '08. Here we see it for the UK in March '08. Now let's move to the customer segment components of the dashboards. We know how important it is to be able to segment our customers, whether it is based on demographic, psychographic, behavioral, or attitudinal factors such as satisfaction levels. This results in a more granular view of our customers, allowing us to respond to the unique issues and opportunities associated with each. Here we can select to view information for all customers, the top 10, however that is defined by you, consumers, and industry. Again, we are viewing monthly data for those months selected with the history lever that we saw before. In this case, there are three performance indicators we are tracking. Here we track the percent of low response rate, low level of follow-up, and low level of dissatisfaction. It is you who decides the algorithms that define what is meant by low in each of these instances. For example, dissatisfied customers may be defined as those who gave scores of between 1 and 4 on a 10-point scale. Low response rate may be defined as below 15%. First, let's look at the data for all customers. Then let's look at the data for the top 10. Clearly, the goal with the top 10 customers is to have higher satisfaction scores, an acceptable response rate, and a higher follow-up rate compared to all customers. We can also look at the hide and show functionality. Here we are hiding one of those indicators, and here we're putting it back and showing it. This capability is particularly important when there is a longer list of attributes and/or when the values of the attributes are so close that it is difficult to analyze the information properly. Lastly, we examine customer sentiment. Obviously, it is important to collect quantitative feedback from customers, but equally important are their responses to open-ended questions. These answers can provide the why behind the scores, details about their issues, and suggestions for improvement. Very often, companies neglect to analyze these verbatims. It can be quite tedious to manually go through and code each, categorizing by common themes. On top of that, it is important to know whether the response was a positive or negative one with regard to that topic. We use a sophisticated text analysis tool that categorizes and counts up the sentiments expressed for each category. Here we see the breakout of positive, negative, and no comment for each month. And if we hover the cursor over a section of a bar, for example, positive in March, we see the number of comments that fell into that sentiment category. We hope you get a sense of the possibilities. There are many ways to look at the data. We can focus on top accounts, immediately conveying whether they are in trouble or in good shape, what scores they have given. We can focus and drill down to get more detail by product. How are sales going for each compared to targets that were set? What comments have been made for each? How are the products performing by region? Thank you for taking the time to visit with us. If you would like to learn more, please contact us using the information provided here.